Hello, Empowered Tribe. Welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting the channel, and I hope you have gotten some great stuff from my sharing in the last few different videos that I made. I'm in the midst of getting my YouTube channel all figured out. I've had a lot of videos, but I don't always post all of them. But my goal is to be able to at least post one video each day if possible. Again, I am back with another daily reflection from the Book of Awakening. I hope that you guys have visited my Amazon store, and if you're looking to purchase a book, the Book of Awakening, you don't have to go searching. You can just go to my Amazon store and find the book there. So today we are going to dive into the Book of Awakening. Today's title of our daily reflection is Our Sense of Calling. Every year around the scope of the planet, the caribou run the same path of migration along the edge of the Arctic Circle. They're born with some innate sense that calls them to this path. And every year along the way, packs of coyote wait to feed on the caribou. And every year, despite the danger, the caribou return and make their way. Often nature makes difficult things very clear. What feels like confusion is frequently our human refusal to see things for what they are. What lesson do the caribou shout to us with the thunder of their hoofs as they deepen the crown of the planet? They are evidence, even as we speak, of the fact that in every living thing there is an inner necessity that outweighs all consequence. For the caribou, it is clear what it is. For spirits carried in human form, it is a blessing and a curse that we don't always know our calling. Part of our migration is the finding out. What is it we are called to, beneath all formal ambition? The caribou tells us that though there are risk and danger that wait in the world, we truly have no choice but to live out what we are born with, to find and work our path. These elegant animals bespeak a force deeper than courage, and though some would call the caribou stupid, the mystery of their migration reveals to us the quiet, irrepressible emergence of living over hiding, of being over thinking, of participating over observing, of thriving over surviving. In regions near the Arctic, the caribou are not just seen as animals living out an instinct at all cost. Rather, it is believed that their endless run, no matter what stands in their way, is what keeps the earth turning. And somewhere beneath all hesitation and despair, it is our endless call to being in each of us and all of us together that keeps the fire at the center of the earth burning. So today's passage is really about fulfilling our calling. I definitely can understand the deep sense of calling. I personally have always had an entrepreneur spirit. I've always loved the thought process of starting a business. I love to create. I'm a very creative person, and that's kind of like my outlet. So this video, for example, is an outlet for me to be able to create and to serve too as well. That's also my calling. Over the years, obviously with life, you know, I have gone into the corporate world. I have worked through, you know, every single, you know, different roles, and there are this little quiet voice inside of me that keeps telling me to go back to entrepreneurship. So just to give you a few examples, I started my first adventure of entrepreneurship was when I had my little kids. I actually was good at sewing. So my first business was actually sewing baby slings that you actually see nowadays. Back in the day, it's kind of like a new thing. So I would sew baby slings, and then I would go to craft shows and put them up for sale. That served me well. But coming to America, I do need to build on my credit history and a work history. And so I went into banking, and you know, it was a Fortune 500 company, very, very demanding, but at the same time, very fulfilling. And through that, I also went into event planning. I also went into, what else did I went into? I mean, there's just several different things, but my ultimate passion is coaching. I love coaching people. I love to see the light bulb, and I can tell you that my life has changed because I have all these different mentors and coaches that came into my world and just give me those light bulb moments where I'm just so much better because of what I've learned from them. And so I really wanted to, you know, get into that field because I really am passionate about helping people reach their light bulb. And then, of course, through my own journey of suffering and trauma and abuse and different things, I became a very strong advocate for women. So what better way to combine those two different things into a kind of more of a woman empowerment business where I help women reach their full potential. Is entrepreneurship easy? No, it's not. I have fallen flat on my face so many times. I'm so creative that I have a gajillion ideas that, you know, is waiting to come out. And I want to do so many things at once. And as I grow in my entrepreneurship journey and I learn to niche down, I learned so many things. But the main thing is, even though the corporate world is fulfilling in some sense, it doesn't feed my soul where I feel like it's something that I'm super passionate about. You know, I'm passionate about whatever I do. I always give 200%, but something that feeds my soul, that I feel like I come home at the end of the day and I feel fulfilled because I have kind of itched my calling, you know, let's call it that way. And no matter how many times I fall flat on my face, I, you know, keep turning back to that entrepreneurship and keep turning back to being an advocate for women, keep going back to coaching. And so here I am. There are times where I get confused about what my passion really is because, you know, like everyone, I feel like we are all interested in different things, and some of us interested in everything. And it's really thinking about what that thing is. And I think that it always starts off being little things that you enjoy, and then it eventually might become so much more. So I think this would be a good video for you to really think about what is that one thing that you don't just enjoy, but it really feeds your soul. I think that's the key part about being passionate on what you do and what your calling is. It's what it's called, right? The title is It's a Calling. So it's a calling where this silent voice keeps calling you back and keep calling you back, even though it's hard and you know, try to sneak away from it like I have, and it's still silently calling you back. And that's what I call a calling and a passion, and you feel so good and so energized. It's not tiring. It can be tiring at times, especially when you're trying to figure it out, but for the most part, it's something that really feeds your soul. You just enjoy it so much that you spend hours and hours on it because it's something that you enjoy. And not everybody knows what that something is. For some of us, we do know. For some of us, we need to niche down because there's too many. And for some of us, it's a question mark. Like, what exactly am I good at? You know, what exactly am I passionate about? That's where mentors and coaches can really help you, help give you that perspective of what they see and what they think is could be your passion, could be your calling. Because sometimes when we're in it, it's very hard for us to see that for ourselves, and we need someone to kind of help assist us in through conversations to let us know what maybe that something is. And you're like, oh, I never thought of about that before. I mean, I don't know how many of my mentors or coaches, you know, tell me, hey, I can see you doing this and I can see you doing that. And and I would be like, really? I've never thought of myself that way. I've never seen myself. I couldn't see myself doing this, but that's where the awareness comes in. When you have the idea and the awareness that, hey, potentially this could be something that could be a passion, could be a calling. That's where it comes into your awareness, and you pay attention to it, and then now you start to observe how you feel around those things. Don't get discouraged if you do not know what your passion is. Every day we have a gift of being alive, and that's where we are able to dive into what that passion and calling is. And sometimes it's a very, very, very soft whisper, and sometimes it's a very loud call, and it's different for everybody. But I think that we are all meant for great things, and every one of us has amazing gifts to share with the world, and to not share, it's really depriving the world of your greatness. So I hope this helped give you some perspective about, maybe give you some thought about maybe what your calling, your passion is, and maybe move you into taking some action. You don't have to go into a business if that's not your passion. For me, it is, because entrepreneurship in itself is a passion of mine, but you don't have to go into, take your passion into a business. It's not necessary, but it is something, it's good to know, because it's something that you can fall back on during those tough days. Just like for me, some days are harder than others with my anxiety and my depression. But when I go into my passion, I find myself just drowning in it, like just enjoying it so much that I lose track of time, and it kind of takes away all the bad stuff that I'm feeling, and it gives me that renewed recharge in that I need to go on. So I hope that you guys are inspired. Let me know what you think about this video, and I look forward to sharing with you another excerpt from the Book of Awakening. And I hope to talk to you soon. You guys have an amazing day, and know that you have amazing gifts to share with the world. So let's go ahead and share it. You have a good day now. Bye.